Alright, after the disappointing loss to George Kambosos and a controversial split decision win over Sandor Martin, the talk around Teofimo Lopez was that the glory days were over and that he was no longer good enough to compete with the elite of the elite at 135 and that his power just didn't translate enough for him to have success against the top guys at 140. Which brings us to Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor, a fight that Teofimo was all but guaranteed to lose. He's going up against a bigger fighter who, although they had the same amount of fights going into this, Josh Taylor has way more experience fighting at the championship level. On top of all this, Teofimo's disappointing loss to George Kambosos ended up turning his entire home crowd of New York against him. Being in the middle of a divorce, a custody battle, this guy was going in there with literally all the pressure in the world on his shoulders. But as he's shown before, Teofimo tends to shine the brightest in the biggest moments, just like a true boxing superstar. From the opening bell, it was obvious Teofimo was the fresher, more athletic, and maybe even the hungrier fighter out there. He was landing the cleaner shots, utilizing angles to both keep himself out of danger and set up some huge shots of his own. While Teofimo's power at 140 pounds is definitely not as devastating as it was at 135, a guy with his speed, accuracy, and power is still a major problem for everyone at junior welterweight. In typical boxing fashion, the scorecards that were read out at the end of this fight definitely do not tell the full story. This was clearly a dominant performance by Teofimo Lopez. So now, Teofimo Lopez is the first and arguably, based off of Devin Haney's performance, the only guy to legitimately hand Vasily Lomachenko a true defeat. And now, at 140 pounds, he's the first guy to beat Josh Taylor. So Teofimo Lopez has beaten the consensus #1 guy at 135. Now he's beaten the consensus #1 guy at 140 pounds, but unfortunately, due to boxing politics, Josh Taylor, who has previously never lost a fight before this one, had a couple belts stripped from him due to inactivity, and back when Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko, he was moved from the WBC champion to the WBC franchise champion. So on paper, Teofimo Lopez is the youngest undisputed champion in the history of boxing, the first ever two-division undisputed champion in boxing's men's divisions, all while being technically never an undisputed champion in his entire career. That's boxing for you. Despite all of this, what he's been able to accomplish in his career at only 25 years old is nothing short of greatness. The guy has already accomplished legendary things in the sport of boxing. And with all of the negative narratives surrounding his name, I think he's finally put all that to bed. So what's next? It looks like we could be seeing a little bit of a four-man tournament in the junior welterweight division. Ryan Garcia in talks to fight Rolly Romero for his WBA belt, and Devin Haney had his father Bill there at the fight to promote a potential clash between Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. But again, this is boxing, so you truly never know. They will find any and every reason to stop this from happening. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this fight? Who do you think Teo should fight next? And how annoying are the politics behind boxing? Thanks for watching.